What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. Today is October 22nd and my Apple Watch just arrived. I pre-ordered it on the first day you could pre-order it, and it took a little bit to get here. It's sitting at my doorstep right now. So real quick, I think it was 7 a.m. when orders opened up Central Time where I live, and I ordered my watch, was done with the entire order process by 7:03 a.m. and it was still delayed. So I'm sure there's a lot of you out there with a similar experience, but the good news is it's here. I'm gonna grab the box, do a quick unboxing and a side-by-side comparison to show you what it looks like versus the Series 6. So here we go. All right guys, so here she is, straight from FedEx, the new Apple Watch Series 7. Without further ado, let's take a peek. Oh, all right, here it is. First thing to note, it's kind of interesting that there's nothing that seals the box. As you can see, it's a little interesting that anybody could have opened this ahead of time. I doubt that's the case, but just something to note that these are no longer shrink wrapped. It just comes as is. Taking off the outer package. Inside, you have the usual suspects. We got the watch in its own box. We have the band in its own box. And yes, I did go with the blue band this time. I feel like I have every band I already want, so I got one that I wouldn't normally buy. So we'll check that out today after I unbox and put it all together. But as you can see, what comes in the box itself is the watch and a band. And if you flip these guys over, good news is these still have pull tabs on them. So in terms of not being opened ahead of time, you can see that they are still sealed because they still have the little pull tabs on both, which is great. That being said, let's open her up. There's one on both sides. All right. Let's do this the right way up. Apologize for that. All right. And before I open this, just to share with you all, I did go with the same version that I have now, the stainless steel graphite, which is the black color. I absolutely love and recommend the stainless steel. This watch has been incredible for me. I typically have a screen protector on it. Right now I don't. I bump this thing on everything. I'm very active, especially at work. So I'm moving around and I kind of hit everything. But I will tell you that there's not a single scratch on this. That's one of the biggest benefits of the stainless steel, is you don't see scratches. Prior to this, this is the 6, but when I had the Series 4, I believe, was the last time I had the aluminum, and I saw all kinds of scratches. It drove me nuts. So ever since I've gotten the stainless steel, I'm not gonna go back. So definitely recommend. I know it costs a tremendous amount more than the aluminum, but it's totally worth it in my opinion. If you're hard on your Apple Watch, yes, you can get a case, you can get things to protect it, but at the end of the day, why would you want to? Because it looks so good and sleek with nothing on it. Anyway, I got the same color this time. So let's take a look. First thing we have is the encasing. I will tell you, this feels like paper. So once again, it's not cloth, but it's paper. That's probably part of Apple's Going Green initiative. But as we pull this out, there's your initial impression. Put it side by side, you can see it's fairly identical. And yes, I'll do a more detailed side by side once they're both turned on, but just to show you, as it's sitting on my wrist side by side, it looks very similar so far. All right, we'll set that right there for now. And then inside the packaging, we have trash, more trash. That's it. And then in the bottom we have the charger. Pull this out. Oh, and this is new. Typically, when I buy the stainless steel, I have a stainless steel charger, but this is aluminum, which is interesting. Because all the research I've done so far is all the watches come with an aluminum charger because of the fast charging component. Interested to know how they can't make that work or get that to function with the stainless steel, because the stainless steel looks so much cleaner and better in my opinion. Aluminum looks fine, but once again, I'm paying a premium. I should get everything at a premium, not just the watch itself. So this is kind of a letdown in my opinion that this is stainless steel when I paid almost $800 for an Apple Watch. But I have so many of these, I really don't care that much. So that's everything that comes in the box, guys. You got your Apple Watch, the charger, a paper encasing, and some worthless how-to material. So now what I'll do is I'll put this together, I'll get it connected to my phone, and I'll do a side-by-side comparison of the 7 versus the 6. All right, and before I get this actually connected, just doing a quick walk around of the Apple Watch. If you look at the front, it's very much the same. So everything is in the same exact spot from one watch to the other. You can see the speakers are a little bit different. You have one big speaker on the new one, it looks like. We had 2 on the Series 6. And on the back, you can see it looks very similar. Whereas I can't really see much of a difference at all. So very, very similar thus far. And the size of each, so far they look pretty identical. And Apple did say that the screen size on the 7 is a little bit bigger. This is a 45 millimeter versus a 44 millimeter. The hardware is the same, it's just the actual digital screen that's bigger. All right, the band that I got is the blue band. Not sure what the actual color is called, but we'll just stick with blue. Open this guy up. And I'm not really gonna go over this because I'm sure you all have bought a band before, but you get some literature, then you get your band. It's actually a pretty nice color blue. I don't hate that by any means. Throw that on. The first thing I will mention, maybe it's just me, but it feels like those went in super smooth comparatively. I change my band all the time, and I will tell you, first thing to note, that feels so much easier. Oh my gosh. Let's give you a, well, maybe not. Maybe I'm just excited about the new watch. But it does feel just a little bit smoother on the 7 in terms of taking the watch band off and putting back on. So anyway, let's get this guy powered up and do a quick side-by-side comparison. All right guys, so looking side by side, the 7 on the left, the 6 on the right, you can already see that the numbers are bigger on the screen. So the first thing to note, the screen size is definitely bigger because the numbers themselves are larger, and you can see how the 0 goes down a little bit lower on this one versus this one here. Also, if you get down really low, get a little bit closer here, you can see, hope you can see, that you can see the bottom of the Series 7, where you can't necessarily see the bottom of the Series 6. Let me get down a little bit even lower. Sorry about the lighting. trying to get you guys the angle there. Whereas you can see a little bit there, not so much there. So the screen is bigger. Where I'm going with this, the screen is bigger on the 7 for sure versus the 6. Just so you can see it side by side there. So there you go, just a quick side by side comparison. And here we have all the apps showcased. And if you really look at the edge of the 7, you can see that it goes out a little bit further than it does on the 6. We get around here on both. So you can see how much screen real estate you have on each. So it's not drastic, but it is a little bit bigger on the Series 7. And another thing I want to show too is if you go to create message on both, as you can see on the Series 7, you now have a full QWERTY keyboard, whereas on the 6, you do not have that feature. Let's give this a spin. Oh, not a teddy. So look at that, it's got swipe. It works really well. I just can't type very well with my fat fingers. But as you can see, it's pretty nice for having something that small, having a full QWERTY keyboard. Not only can you type one finger, but you can also swipe. Pretty impressive. All right, and this is probably the best way to show the screen size difference. It's kind of a cool little feature. If you spin the dial here, it just kind of spins around all the numbers. So one of the new watch faces on the Series 7 is this here. We can really get all the way around. You can see you can get, so I amplify the bottom there. You can see it from pretty much all angles, which is pretty awesome. It's a pretty good shot. So from the side, you can still see the screen. Yeah, all in all, you know, as minimal as the upgrade is this year, I will say you can't go wrong with the larger screen, so well done, Apple. All right, guys, and here is on the wrist. As you can see, it's the exact same form factor in terms of hardware. The size is the same. On the left is the Series 6 44mm. On the right is the Series 7 45mm. The only difference being the real estate on the actual screen itself. So there you go. All right, guys, that's a wrap for today. Just a quick unboxing of the new Apple Watch Series 7. Quick side-by-side comparison of the Series 6. It is a very small update. I'll tell you, if you have the Series 6, I probably wouldn't recommend getting the 7 unless you're like me and you always want the newest, latest and greatest products just because you're an Apple fanboy. But if you have the 6 and you're happy with it, I would say stick to it until the new generation comes out, the 8 or whatever they call the next one. Because again, the upgrades are so minimal, you're not really going to notice much other than that large screen and the QWERTY keyboard. So one thing I did not mention is it also has fast charging with the new charger that comes in the box. Only works with the new charger that comes in the box and the new charger that Apple sells at their store with the micro USB charge port. So if you're interested in that too, get your hands on one of those to get a fast charge. Otherwise, I would say stick to the 6. All right, guys, as always, do me a favor. Please like, subscribe, and share. And as always, take care and peace out.